I have a practice in Bergen County, Rockland County, called Professional Sports Medicine. It was originally started by Dr. John Sanzoni, who recently passed away, and Rob and Mike had the pleasure of knowing. His concept was to bring what professional athletes had to the community, give them the same services. And the way he did that was by communicating with athletic trainers. In my own training at Rutgers University, one of the most important parts of caring for athletes is speaking with the athletic trainers daily. You get updates, you find out how the athletes are performing, you talk about graduated return to play, who can, who can't, and what they can and cannot do. And that relationship is instrumental in preventing injury, it's instrumental in treating injury, it's instrumental in keeping athletes safe. And there's no reason why we shouldn't have that same thing at the high school level. We provide those services, regularly, and communicate with our athletic trainers regularly in order to do that. After that story, the story that comes to my mind and how athletic trainers, protect athletes is one of our athletic trainers sitting in the room right now who was at a wrestling event. And you say, well, why does every school have to have an athletic trainer? 86% of them have them. Well, what about when you're at an away event? You're at this away event and there's no athletic trainer, So one of our athletes was at an away event, and another one of our athletic trainers happened to be covering when the student sustained an injury that nobody seemed to notice. And he was getting ready in a down position for the next round in wrestling when the athletic trainer said, whoa, there's something wrong with this kid. He doesn't look right. And he sustained a concussion. And that's one of the silent types of injuries that we see, where you don't see a knee pop and swell up, and you may not recognize some of the more subtle signs. The coach admittedly said he didn't really notice a difference in the athlete. Well, it turns out, upon further evaluation of this athlete with computerized neurocognitive testing, physician examination, and history, that he's had multiple concussions that he didn't want to admit to. When we told him we were holding him out of competition, he was not happy. States riding on it, things, college scholarships, etc. But once he got past that, he actually came back to the practice and wanted to thank both myself and the athletic trainer who held him out from competition, because he had been having severe headaches for a while. He had been dizzy for a while, difficulty concentrating. And so what's the difference? The difference is, well, we may have protected that kid from advancing to a later stage of post-concussive syndrome. And without an athletic trainer at that event, the coach doesn't notice this injury, the parent doesn't notice the injury, and who knows what happens. So in our practice, obviously, it's very important, but for the community, there's no way to put a value or a dollar sign on what the athletic trainer does for the athletes. So thank you very much.